Hello, and I am here on the channel. I'm just going to wait a little bit, see when everyone gets ready to come along on this magical journey with me. See. I've got a person. Who do we have? And why do I have a delay between my phone? All right, let me see who we have in here first. First off, let me just set up my phone like that. There we go. That's probably why this thing is lagging. Good. All right. Who else do I have in here with me? Send me a message and let me know who you are, because I have like my phone side by side here, but I just, it's not showing anything for some strange and unknown reason. I'm gonna wait and see how many more people that I have coming before I fully embrace everything. Oh, there goes my light. I seem to have a delay. I seem to have a delay. I seem to have a delay. Okay. Well, hopefully, I'm looking okay. It's kind of weird trying to watch it on my phone. There's like a delay, and I can't tell if that's an actual thing or if it's just my phone catching up with this stream. So, anyways, I guess one is as good of a number as any to start this off with. And also, I'm eating Twizzler Bites as I'm doing this because I've been working and I haven't had anything to eat yet. So I'm just gonna casually throughout this stream eat some delicious Twizzler Bites. And feel free to let me know if anyone likes Twizzler Bites, because I think they're amazing. And this is the random stuff you'll get added on to the fact there's going to be also an actual discussion. So let me just kick this thing off. My name is the most electrifying, trailblazing, heartbreaking, open door promising for all the SJW blazing, the People's Champion and the People's Choice YouTuber, Lee Cole the Fourth. I think I'm gonna stick with that intro. So anyways, this is my first episode of Let's Talk. And what I want to do during this stream is I want to talk to you, the audience members, about various subjects that are going on. And I want us to get your take on a particular subject that I bring up each and every time on this show. So I actually wrote down talking points because I'm a professional. Got my notes, my things that I want to chat. But I gotta warn you guys, sometimes I might shoot off the hip because that's my style of doing this. And I honestly don't know how long this is gonna go. Thank you for the thumbs up. Anyone who's in here, smash that melee, okay? I'm shooting from the hip for a lot of these things. I just know that I want to do something where I'm chatting with you guys. So I'm going to bring up a subject. I'm going to give you some facts on it. You guys type in your response and let me know what you think of the subject. And hopefully my laggy phone, the text part of it won't lag. I'm thinking it's only lagging because it's like I'm looking at it, so the video's not catching up or something like that, because I feel like I'm talking normal. So if you guys notice anything, feel free to let me know, because this is my first episode of anything, and I'm trying to be somewhat as professional as I can be. So, here we go. The first thing that I want to talk to you guys about, the very first thing that I want to talk to you guys about is this brief little intro that I was working on, which is this is going to be a show where I just want it to be more than just me. I want to get eventually some more people in here, other people who come into this today. You guys can DM me, and I also want to have you on the show as well. I want to bring up a few talking points and have a good counter discussion, because as I said before, I like debate and things like that, and there's also things and articles that I see, and I want to get everyone's take on these different articles, on these different things. Now, I was going to shoot a video for them and give them their own separate subject, but today I'm going to just make them talking points, and then I'm going to get a general idea from everyone who comes in what they think of this particular subject. And I do apologize that I'm eating, but like I said, I've been working for like 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, somewhere in there, and I haven't eaten anything. So that's what you get here, me being me. Anyways, so that's my intro. This is for you guys, okay? And anyone who jumps in or anyone who sees this, this is for you guys to be able to tell me what you think about each subject that I have. If you have any subjects that you would like me to cover, leave them in the comments below. If you're subscribed to my Twitter, you can DM me. It's at Siler1217. So, let me know what you guys think. So, let me see. Live chats. All messages are visible. Okay. I'm just putzing around here. All right, good. So, let's get started, shall we? I have one person who's watching this. So, if more jump in, that's fine. But we're just going to get going, and I'm just going to get into my stuff. My first topic of discussion. I wanted to do a video on Captain Marvel. I'm sure everyone's shocked and surprised. There was this new thing floating around, and a few other people commented on it and did very well, probably better stuff than I do. But I want to put my own unique spin on it, my own pizzazz, if you will. And I wanted to talk about something very interesting. So, Captain Marvel. I don't like the Carol Danvers version. I've been vocal about this several different times. But I just don't like Carol Danvers. I never liked the storyline. And now here's a funny thing that I found out. The Captain Marvel creator, the dude who created Carol Danvers, came out. And he said, and I want to say it was Rob Roy? Yes. He worked on several other different Marvel issues. And he did an amazing story arc, which involved the Skrull Wars. So surely, the guy who created Carol Danvers would come out and wholeheartedly endorse this movie, right? He would be for Captain Marvel. Well, funny and true story. He is not for Captain Marvel. He was very, very, very disappointed with this Captain Marvel. And what was he disappointed? Good question. He was disappointed because of the fact that the Skrulls were reversed, okay? Even took it down on my notes right here. These Skrulls were historically bad guys. And I feel vindicated hearing this because I've said to so many people, the one thing that bugged me was the Skrulls. They flipped their thing. They made them good. Well, first they started evil, and then they flipped it, right? And it's like, one, from a movie perspective, why would you do that? And two, the guy who created this doesn't even like the idea. He has come out in an interview and said that he was not for this at all. And then trying to softball it, and because he probably loves the character he created, he said that he was not happy with the treatment of the Skrulls, but he liked this, this, and this, but, and this is the funniest part of all, but he found Wonder Woman a great character. You have the guy who created Captain Marvel, the one who created Carol Danvers' incarnation, and he liked Wonder Woman, and he works for Marvel. How funny is this? Just think about that. The dude is in competition with Wonder Woman, okay? DC and Marvel have a rivalry. They are not on the same side. And dude who created Carol Danvers comes out today and he says, yeah, I didn't like her. Didn't like the movie. He said, and I quote, he said that he does not think that Captain Marvel has the potential to hold the franchise. This is from the creator of Carol Danvers, the man who brought us really good stories in Secret Wars and in the Skrull Wars, right? This guy created this story arc and is mad. Well, not mad. Maybe agitated is a better word, right? So the guy who founded Carol Danvers and her story arc, he is not happy with what they did with Captain Marvel. He's not happy. He's not happy with it. He might not be angry, but he's not too thrilled, okay? So this brings up this question. Why? Why did they change this? All right. Thank you, Shellback. I appreciate it, buddy. It was fun chatting with you over at Angus's. So I appreciate you dropping in. I'm just seeing how many people I could get to listen to me rant before I make this big. And I want to bring other people on here, which if you just joined, this is called Let's Talk. This is my first episode where I talk to you guys. And as your comments flash, I will try to answer them to the best of my ability. But I'm going to bring up some subjects, some topics, some hot buttons that are in the news, or maybe you saw floating around, and we're going to talk about them. We're going to discuss them. We are going to have a debate, a lively, fun thing. Oh, yeah, I heard about that. I definitely wanted to pop over there, and I did send something to let Thomas know. That is awesome. John Talks is awesome, and also he is doing a thing. I don't know. This was very poorly planned on my part. I did not know that was going to be happening, but I'm still going to talk anyways. But I am excited for Thomas being over there at John Talks and being interviewed. I think that is awesome. And that's another reason why I started this Let's Talk, because I want to talk more with the community here. I want to talk more with you guys. And I just want to spitball things and kind of see where they land. So, right now I started on Captain Marvel. Creator came out, said he doesn't like it. Okay, said he didn't like what they did with the scrolls, and that he thought that the character of Wonder Woman was done better than his own creation. Now, just think about that. The creator of Captain Marvel, the person who made Carol Danvers, comes out and they tell you they are not happy with their creation. That is, I don't even know what to say. That is really funny to me. That is really amazing that a person who created this character doesn't even like the character. And then that really begs the question of, why did you adapt her? Why? Why did we need this character? And I will tell you why. It's all about narratives and agendas and things like that, okay? It's about thinking that we want Captain Marvel to lead us into this new genesis of the Marvel world, okay? And we really don't, all right? And when my screen flashes, I think that might be the bots that are looking around, hearing the buzzwords that I'm dropping, and they're going, oh no, quick, flash them in and out. But you know what? I still come back because I got things to say, and I find myself a humorous fellow, and some people like me, so we're going to stay here and we're going to talk. So, my next point that I wanted to get through. We're talking about Captain Marvel. That's okay. That's all right. I'm glad you jumped in anyways. But the one thing I wanted to talk about was with Captain Marvel was the creator for the creator, right? They don't like their creation. They thought Wonder Woman was better. All right, not that he doesn't like Captain Marvel. He doesn't like what Marvel did with it, what Kevin Feige did with the character, and what the director did, okay? He doesn't like the direction that they went in, okay? No one hates the character, but when you adapt something, even if you don't use the source material, and Star Wars has seen this too, you can change things, but it's how you change things that matters. That upsets people or makes people happy. Hey, Geek in Disguise. Great to see you, buddy. Thank you for popping in. So, Geek, you just joined us. We are talking about my first talking point. Captain Marvel was looking at extreme expectations. I was really pleased. Yes, I agree. Hey, what's up? Thank you for joining me. I'm glad you got my message. And anyone you see in the chat, do me a favor. Everybody like everybody else, okay? Subscribe to them. Give them some love because here on Let's Talk, I want this to be interactive with you guys where I'm trying my best to answer all of your comments, but also, too, I want the community to grow and, you know, if we all sub each other, we can all get up in numbers, and I think that's important. So, you know, you'll get emotional soy moments every now and again from me, and I apologize. That is my dual personality, Soy Cole, and sometimes he comes out, so thank you. Thank you, Zach. I appreciate it, buddy. So, anyways, we're here talking, and my first talking point was in my intro, the thing I'm starting off with, and I'm sure everyone who's heard me talk is surprised, but Captain Marvel, yes, I'm going to talk about it because I love Marvel. And Zach in the comments brought up a good point. You had great developed characters, such as Captain America, Thor, okay? Ant-Man. Ant-Man! Anyone in here besides me know who Ant-Man was? Did anyone else really know the mythology of Ant-Man before Paul Rudd? Did anyone know who Ant-Man was? If you didn't read the comics, did you have a vague clue of who Ant-Man was? No. No, you didn't. You didn't know unless you're a fan. Thank you, Geek in Disguise. But the most mainstream, thank you, Zach, you answered that for me. No, you didn't know who Ant-Man was. But that was the right way to introduce the character. And he didn't come in during, like, Civil War and just drop him in, right? They gave him his own movie. Yeah, that was, I feel as if some stuff was rightfully, justifiably cut out. But the biggest thing that's burned me about Captain Marvel is that the stuff that they need to cut out, the new era of Captain Marvel, the new SJW Captain Marvel, they brought that. They adapted that. Thank you, Shellback. Very few people that I've talked to had heard of him, and I work at the theater, so the average moviegoer hadn't. But the way that it was presented and it was done, it was a good way to introduce the character. Now, I was talking about Captain Marvel and how its own creator, the person who created the Carol Danvers version, didn't even like what they did with it. Didn't like it. Didn't like what they did with the Skrulls, and thought Wonder Woman was better done. Wow. That is astonishing. When the creator of the character you are adapting comes out and says, I just wasn't feeling it, you know you done messed up. But yet, they're going to come out and they're going to say it's the greatest movie of all time. Brie Larson doesn't have a wooden face or terrible acting, that it's a great movie. And don't get me wrong, from a movie perspective, I wouldn't even call it great. I'd call it okay. I call it an okay Marvel movie. What you'd expect from a typical MCU film. Yes. So, Geek, that is very awesome. So you know about some of the obscured characters that you would normally, the average moviegoer wouldn't know about. The 99-cent boxes did have good stuff. 99-cent boxes back in the day, you could find some real treasure. I've found some things at like state fairs and things like that. I came across, I think it was an X-Men issue 4 or 5 one time. I want to say it was at a sale of some sort. And yes, I grabbed it up. Wasn't in the best condition, but I didn't care. I wanted the book for the book. I probably could have got lots more money for it if it'd be in better condition. But, you know, as someone who loves comics and the genre, I wasn't really concerned about that. So, okay, I got way off topic here. I talked about Captain Marvel, its creator, how he's not even happy, what they did with the Skrulls, thought that the character of Wonder Woman was done better, and I want to give you my overall thoughts of this. My overall thoughts of this is Captain Marvel is terrible, and not for just the MCU. And this is going to lead into my Lucas discussion that I'm about to get into, my Lucas Films discussion. This is bad across the board. The SJW narrative had its first victory. And now, I can guarantee you I'm about to see 15 more unrelated movies that have the same kind of identity politics. We're going to see it in waves because Hollywood works like this. When it sells, when it's working, then they got to mass produce it. What do you think will be Thanos' killer? Hulk? I would like Hulk or I don't know. I'm hoping Captain Marvel doesn't. Honestly, I would even be happy if they're going to go the route of, Tony Stark would be a good one. You know? I definitely agree. But I'm hoping they go, because Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr.'s contract is coming to a close during this phase. Now, I've heard talks that they're going to adapt the the other Tony version, the person who replaced him, Rhea, I believe it was Rhea. I never really followed that issue much. The issues I saw, she was all right. It was just like once I lost Tony Stark, that's my Iron Man. Nothing against her. She had some pretty good stories. But she's going to be a protege. So I would like them, if they're going to send off Downey Jr., whoever takes that role, I would like them to be at least groomed by him before jumping into another movie. If they do a thing where they kill off these characters and they don't have a backup, it's really going to annoy me. Honestly, I think the funniest ending, and everyone leave me comments, this is probably going to go off the hook when I say this, but probably the funniest ending, how great would it be? Good point, Shellback. It would be an Iron Woman. But then again, with the SJWs, we might be heading that way. But, okay, how funny would it be if, picture, we're all expecting this big, giant, epic battle, right? Thank you, Zach, for coming in. I appreciate having you, man. And thank you for the sub. So, imagine we're picturing this giant galactic battle. Oh, that might be a good point. That's a good point. I never thought about that. Yeah, they might go Young Avengers. They might do that. But imagine if everyone here is expecting a big battle, right? We're expecting a big climactic thing. And I don't know if anyone here has seen Godfather, but in the first Godfather, the Don drops dead of a heart attack. Now just imagine you're expecting a big battle, epic space scene, right? They spend a good portion of the movie trying to track down Thanos. They get there and he's dead of a heart attack. I think I would actually laugh. I would be like, Kevin, you duped us all. Russo brothers, you got us all. I would accept that kind of an ending over Brie Larson winning. I would take anything over Brie Larson being the one that finally does end Thanos. I look at this as maybe this would be a good chance to redeem this character for me and actually give her backstory, anything interesting. Maybe her being with these experienced actors, with the Russo brothers, they can pull something out that I wasn't feeling in the movie, because that movie was a hot mess. My overall theme, what I'm saying here is I really hope the Russo brothers can pull something amazing out. And the creator of Carol Danvers shares my view. I argued. I said the Skrulls thing was stupid. I said that multiple times. That was like an M. Night Shyamalan plot twist. You know, when you're watching his movie and it starts off really good, and then bam, he does a nonsensical twist, and you're like, why? Why, M. Night? Why? I enjoyed your movie. Why did you flip it? I don't understand. Were you intentionally trying to sabotage your film? That's what they did. That is exactly what they did. And I was even on board with it. I said, please keep Ben Mendelsohn good. And I got there and I'm like, please don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Ah! They did it. They did it. They did the one thing I said don't do. This is all nonsense from here. And it was. It was a downhill spiral from that point on. And then the full wokeness, and then she became the invincible Captain Mary Sue, and it was, find my happy place. Okay, so my opinion is this. Look, I will argue the point. Was it a horrible film? No, I've seen worse, okay? I have seen worse films. It was decently shot. The cinematography was good. It hit the beats that it wanted to, but it just wasn't good for a movie following Infinity War and Endgame. It wasn't that caliber. And, that's just my thoughts and my feelings. And that will always be my feelings towards this film. And I don't care how many of these nonsensical trolls and people come on who attack me, I'm still going to feel the same. The creator feels the same way I do. The creator of Carol Danvers, the dude who made the Secret War arc, the guy who made the Scrolls storylines, said he does not like what they did with the character. So I'm not crazy. It's not just Lee going out of his mind. It's a thing. They didn't like it. He didn't like it. He said Wonder Woman. Dude's Marvel said Wonder Woman. He liked Marvel. He liked Wonder Woman. Just think about that. Let that sit in and think about how funny that is for you to say, you know what? I give it to my rival, hands down. My rival did that Wonder Woman a great job. Wish Marvel did the same for my character. That's basically what he's saying in this interview. That's what he's saying in this interview with this magazine. He is softly attacking what they did. And, I feel vindicated when I see the fact that the creator of this character comes out and says something and mirrors exactly what MCU fans have been mirroring about this movie, okay? And even if you don't agree with me, on a film basis, it's just a bad film. Just story-wise, okay? It's not very well told story-wise. So I can literally rant about this for hours, but I'm going to move to my next subject. My next subject is Star Wars. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be super thrilled about that. There is a new thing that came out on a particular individual who may have worked on that awesome movie and has been defending it, Mr. Frank Oz, who had done a tweet. And Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers covered this, but I wanted to put my own spin on this because I had something to say about this guy and his shenanigans and how I feel about... I'm trying, folks. On my channel, I don't want to curse, so I try to keep it PG-13 here because I have kids that I want to be able to watch this. So I'm going to try really hard to keep it mellow and bite my lips sometimes. And this delicious Twizzlers that I have. There we go. I'm back in the same place. So, Lucasfilm, Frank Oz. This guy, I believe, is a director of some kind. Okay? One of the leading components to that masterpiece that was Last Jedi. That great cinematic experience. That thing that every Star Wars fans loved, The Last Jedi. That movie that I hope is aimed and going towards the Academy Awards. I think, honestly, that it should be nominated because it's such a great, fine film. Or that would be what Lucas Films would have you believe. This isn't even Lucas Films, honestly. This is Disney Films, okay? Let's just take out Lucas. I agree, Geek. Let's take out Lucas, okay? This isn't Lucas Films anymore. I don't even know why they use Lucas Films. This isn't George's vision. Exactly, Geek. Geek brings up a great point. It's a name only. At this point, Lucasfilms doesn't exist. Does it? Disney should just take that off of there and they should put Disney Films. Or just fold it into there. Because this isn't Lucasfilms. George wasn't running things like this. And you know what? Whether you're a prequel or an original person, okay, both sides can agree, while each side didn't enjoy the other one, or maybe we dabbled in both, we can agree they were at least watchable. And I know what if someone's going to say, it's going to be the classic Jar Jar Binks, Lee. Jar Jar Binks, come on, Jar Jar. Jar Jar, I could listen to Jar Jar for 3 hours on a re-loop compared to one line from Rose Tico, okay? Rose Tico, that name should invoke hatred in everyone. Darth Vader, yeah. Jar Jar was underutilized and kind of annoying, but I don't blame it on the character. The development for him just wasn't there. You know, I saw what they were trying to do with him and the Gulgans. At least it made sense. George did some nonsensical things that kind of made sense. I don't know if people understand what I'm saying. He did do a lot of bad moves. Exactly. Exactly, Geek. It wasn't that it was a bad choice he made, it was just poorly executed. And that's because at that time, George didn't have anyone reining him in. George didn't have someone going, you know, George, dude, nah. Nah, you got this whole sand love scene. Come on, bro. This is Star Wars. No one wants to see the Notebook in sand, okay? They want to see lasers and stuff blowing up and things with Jedis. Come on. Not sand dune love. Let's just cut this out. He didn't have anyone. They were going, sure, George, sand love, that sounds great. Let's do it. Okay? But in George's writing, it wasn't poorly crafted. Things were poorly executed, but the story was coherent. It linked up. It spawned alternate versions, and it made sense. Clone Wars and Rebels fit in the narrative. They make sense, okay? And some people are on the fence with Rebels. I don't care. I love the show. That show was boss. Loved Rebels. And you know what? In Rogue One, I was one of those people who loved the fact that the Ghost was in there. If you pause it, the Ghost was in that run. You could see the ship. Okay? Side rant. I liked Rebels, and I did like Rogue One a lot. I did appreciate the fact that the characters were throwaways, because when you really think about it, that wasn't a successful mission. Yes, I agree. And Geek brought up a good point. They should have done it Harry Potter style. There is a group of books called Jedi Academy. I read them all, or most of them. And it was like the kids, right? Han Solo and all of them and their kids and their adventures, the Force-sensitive kids in the Jedi Academy. But see, here's the thing. Here's the thing that doesn't make sense. They hinted towards this stuff in Last Jedi, but didn't execute any of it. Rian Johnson's version wasn't poor execution. It was just poor. It was bad. It wasn't he didn't have good ideas to execute. He had no good ideas. Exactly. The expanded universe was so well done. And this is my thing. Why did you not get Dave Filoni? Why? That man understood George's vision. He knew what George wanted to do. He knew where George was going, okay? Exactly. You know what? Thank you, Geek. I agree with you. You know, and here's the thing. Star Wars is different from the MCU. And this is why I wanted to talk both MCU and Star Wars side by side, because I feel close to both communities, because I have watched both and I am a fan of both, and I have had the discussion of who shot first, Han or Guido. I honestly, to this day, believe it was Guido. I don't care who sends me hate mail for that, okay? I don't believe Han drew that quickly. And knowing the bounty hunter mythology, I think Han lost that one. And that camera angle is so weird. I really don't believe Han drew that quickly. But anyways, I'm sorry, side tangent. The point being is that the reason why I'm doing Marvel and I'm doing Lucas together tonight is because my whole discussion is converged into one. And that's both these franchises are suffering from the same thing. They're suffering from these writers and directors that are interjecting their politics and their nonsense and they're throwing aside characters. They're doing stuff that doesn't make sense. All right, if you want to throw in that garbage, at least have it make sense. Don't just do it to do it. Now, Marvel has a harder lot because we have a lot of normal, everyday moviegoers who don't understand about the comic book stuff. They just want to see a good film, and Kevin Feige has won them over. So we're going to have a longer road than the Star Wars people. The Star Wars people, you guys proved. I mean, that's a diehard community. Like, I'm a Star Wars fan, but I never realized how venomous that venomous attack that could happen, but needed to happen. Everyone said to me, "Well, Lee, these toxic and venomous comments from these fanboys." Well, you know what? You know something, you idiot? What do you think built your franchise? You could call people what you want to. Who built it? Okay, I'll be honest with you. I got a few Star Wars things, but I don't go crazy over it. Yeah, that scene with Leia was ridiculous. That scene, I'll be honest with you. Last Jedi, the most annoying part to me was that scene. Like, people pick out how Hodo treated Poe and Rose Tico. Love you for life. But for me, the most annoying part was you have Princess Leia. Hey, Tremaine, what's up? Thanks for joining the discussion. This is my first episode of Let's Talk, so welcome. We're having I'm tying in MCU and Star Wars, and I am comparing and contrast the different levels of pain that we have going on in these franchises. Star Wars, you're on life support. Thank you, Tremaine. I appreciate that you appreciate my channel. I do it for you guys. So we are conversing and we're talking about the pain that each of us are feeling in these franchises. Now, Star Wars, and I'm sorry if some people are going to get upset with this, but I'm sorry. I think you have it better because I think that you've got such a niche. Like, your fan base is so, like, intertwined and so important to their sales. Like, they didn't realize how niche of a community and how tight-knit and close, young, old, it doesn't matter how good the Star Wars community is, how bonded they are. So when you saw something that was wrong, Thanos snapped those ratings. Bam. Han Solo crash and burn. It was amazing. I was laughing. I laughed when I saw what happened to Han Solo. I'm like, well, that's what you get. All right, no problem, man. I completely understand. My daughter comes this Friday, and I'm gonna go take her to see a good movie, How to Train Your Dragons 3. Anyways, so I'm talking about the differences here, and the problem is Star Wars as a community. I don't think that Disney realized how tied in the fan base to the films are. They thought that they can pull the wool over your guys' eyes. Thank you. I'm always going to keep on making new content, as long as you guys keep on watching it. So they thought they were going to come into Star Wars, they were going to drop in, they were just going to go and mess things up, and that the fan base wouldn't get venomous and viperish and strike back. Ha! Pun intended. But you guys did. And now, to my pain, the MCU. We do have a core fan base. We do have a pretty decent amount of people, but we don't have enough to really affect the box office because Kevin Feige cleverly marketed it to other people who aren't going to notice. They just don't notice. They just don't care. They see Marvel, their kid dresses up for it for Halloween. They don't know. They don't know what's special about it. Comic books in general are suffering. And the normal film person, they've become just vehicles, man. Just Halloween costumes sometimes, I feel like. And it hurts my soul. Most people don't know the lure behind it all. Honestly, the next Star Wars movie, so someone asked me a question, and I thought I'd bring it up because I was on Angus, and they asked me it on Angus last night, and they said, well, if you had to choose between Captain Marvel or Episode 9, which one would you choose? And I was like, well, could I throw myself off the top of a roof first, or did I have to pick those two? Because that's about how I feel. I don't see any way they're going to salvage this. Episode 9, they're talking time travel and all of this stuff. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know what they're going to do to pull this thing back from the brink. I feel like they've destroyed their goodwill with the fans. And Jeremy brought up a good point, and this is going to lead into my next discussion. And he said, you have a job to your fans. And some people say that they don't. Who cares about the fan? But your whole job, movie making in general, is for the fans. It's not for your agendas and your politics. It's for people. You are entertainment. Entertainment. By definition, your job is to entertain people. Yet these Hollywood people are becoming so pompous that they think that they're above what their job is. That they need to educate us and tell us we're living wrong. And that is why these franchises are getting hurt. That is why Star Wars got hurt. Because Rian Johnson is the biggest arrogant jerk of them all. The man is beside himself. He thinks he created a masterpiece and doesn't realize he destroyed he literally broke the galaxy far, far away. If that is an accomplishment, they should give him an award for breaking the galaxy. That's what I feel like. You know what? I don't know what they're going to do for the next trailer, Tremaine. I don't know what they're going to do. Maybe they'll show John Wick. If they put John Wick in the Episode 9 trailer, I will genuinely go and see it. If they go, I don't even care if he has a purpose. If they go, Keanu Reeves is going to be in the new Star Wars, and John Wick just found out that Kylo just stole his dog, and he's mad. It's a revenge tale. I'd be like, I'm going to see that movie like 15 times. Let's do this. But besides that, I don't know how the franchise is so broke. It's so broke. I never... Yes. I don't even think John Wick would need force powers, honestly. I don't. Oh, by the way, just for you guys, hold on. Just for you guys, I got a special treat. The benefits of a rolling chair. Just for you guys, you get to view my favorite thing in the world. Yeah, tell me about it. Ugh. But this is special for you. So this right here is a coin to the Continental. Let you guys read that. So there you go. I got this a while back. Hold on one second.
Sorry, sir. I noticed that the lights are on. I want to make sure that no one like broke in or something because I thought everyone left.
Oh no, I'm here, man.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Oh no, you're good. Yeah, I was just doing my thing.
Okay.
All right, Pilsung.
Have a good night, sir.
You too. Yeah, sorry about that. One of my students, I actually shoot sometimes after hours. So, anyways, yes, that is my coin to the Continental. Love it. I just got John Wick 1 and 2 And after I get done with this stream, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna pop that baby in, and I'm going to watch it for like the 16th time and go to sleep and watch them consecutively. But anyways, so like I was saying, Ryan Johnson broke it. But I wanted to talk to you guys about an article in particular. And I was watching this earlier. Finn killed John Wick's dog. I like that. If both those two studios talked, we might actually have a good movie. We might have just saved Star Wars here on the channel. John Wick didn't kill Star Wars. He actually is gonna save it. He's gonna save it. We're just gonna blend the two franchises together because after this third movie, he will not be able to go anywhere but into space. Or at least that's what I'm gathering. But I'm gonna do a trailer breakdown for that for you guys later sometime. If Geek doesn't steal it first. That's right, I said it. I called you out, buddy. You did an amazing trailer breakdown for Stranger Things, and I came on and I go, well, I'm not gonna beat that. So Tremaine, you need to write this down, get it in script form. We just need to send it to Lucasfilm. Because at this point I think they'll take anything. Honestly. Oh. Anyways. Sorry about that. You also get me doing business-like things on my channel. That's right. I am texting classes. Okay, so here's the thing. I saw an article and I had to bring it to you, and this ties in with the Star Wars with the Marvel thing. It blends them together. Frank Oz says that he did not care about what the fans thought in a tweet, right? He didn't care about what they thought because he created this character and blah, blah, blah. And you know what? The original tweet was okay. He made a creation. He was defending it. All right. I respect that. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. And I am going to see Us tonight, actually. So I will be doing a review on that. So just to let you know. But anyways, so, Frank Oz, he made a statement, and it was on Twitter, and he said, I created this character, I feel strongly about it, and if you don't like it, it's whatever. And from a perspective, I understood that, because it's like, hey, thank you. It's like, hey, you know what? If I create something, even if it was by the company line, right? But it's my creation, and I'm proud of it. And then people come out and they get angry. And maybe they're not exactly angry at my character, they're angry at the film. And I defend that character. I don't see a problem with that. You're defending your creation. Now here's where Frank messed up. He could do the normal SJW thing. He had to get on there in a full article and show his true colors. And what did he say? He was on Geek Tyrant, okay? And he said, his exact words are, he thought that Last Jedi was a great film, that we were all idiots, basically, and he didn't care about what people felt. He doesn't make this film for us. What? Whoa, Frank. You're not making movies for us? Who are you making them for? Who are you making your films for? If it's not for us, who did you make this movie for? Who in the world was Last Jedi made for? That's my question I pose. Who? Because clearly we didn't like it. I didn't like it. I know a lot of normal moviegoers didn't like it. So, who did you make this movie for? That's my question. Who? If you didn't make The Last Jedi for the fans, then was this a passion piece? I don't understand. And if it is, you need a new career, buddy, because it was terrible. Last Jedi was terrible. Okay, Last Jedi is not a Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel has watchability. As much as I hate to say that, you can actually watch Captain Marvel. Okay? You can watch it. I watched it more than once. Don't know how I'm still here, but I did it. Okay? Won't ever watch it ever again. Won't own it. Won't even bother acknowledging it as a Marvel movie. But you could watch it again, theoretically, if that's your bag. If you're a huge fan of Brie. Last Jedi is unwatchable. I saw it once. I have never seen Last Jedi again. Never. I saw it once. One time. And I went to Revenge of the Sith like 3 or 4 times at least. At least. I saw Last Jedi once. And I remember the feeling. I came out and I said, what the hell did I just watch? What was that? Was that even a movie? Like, and it's one of those things where you watch it. It's one of those things where you watch it and you get the slow realization of how bad the thing was you just watched. And it creeps up on you. And you might get agitated at a certain role, but then you come out of the theater, maybe you went with a group of friends, and they're all jazzed up because you had your Star Wars glasses on, you were excited. You thought you were going to see movie magic. So you have that great anticipation, right? You come out, right? When you first go in, you and your friends are joking around, you're getting the popcorn, you're getting ready to go, right? And you go in there. You go in, first hour or so, maybe you're jazzed, okay? Luke throws the lightsaber over the thing, but you're like, all right, that's one, all right, whatever. We'll just give it a chance. We'll see where this goes, right? And then it just gets worse. It just gets worse. It's just like, that was the biggest descent into madness that I have ever seen in my whole entire life. I've never seen a 2-hour movie that was just a pure descent into madness. I watched a movie called The Room, which is called the worst movie ever made. Historically ever made, this movie is the worst movie. Yet people love it because there's a shred of passion. It's a terrible movie, but the person made it with passion. Last Jedi, I don't know what it was made with. I have no clue. I don't know. There was a casino arc that had nothing to do with anything. There was Rose Tico. Okay, I love you, Rose, but still, nonsensical character. Rose Tico shocked people. Why? People are trying to get off of a ship that's about to blow up. Why do you tase them? Why? What was the point? What were you saying? What were you saying by Rose Tico tasing people that are in a ship that's going to blow up? Stay in a sinking ship? I mean, there was, okay, it's like having bad flashbacks. I don't want to go back into this. I don't want to dig into my mind because I have a critical mind and I hold things in there. And I feel like if I have to resurface them, I may go mad. So, there was no point. There was no point to this movie. But Frank Oz would have you believe he is a creative genius. He's not making this movie for the fans. He's making it for other people. The other people who love Star Wars. Well, let me tell you something, Frank. Let me tell you something different about Star Wars from the MCU. When the Star Wars fans get mad, they get mad. You will not get that money back. You, Rian Johnson, and the rest of the creative team broke the universe. You broke it. You broke the universe. You left it in shambles. And you didn't care. And clearly by the article, you don't care. You don't care how people feel. And people over underneath Kathleen Kennedy don't care about how we feel. They want money. They want you to give them money for an inferior product. Just think about that. A product that they don't care about. They don't care. They don't care about the mythology of Star Wars. They don't care. Sorry, as if I need another more energy drink. Hold on a second. They don't care about the product. They don't care about what they're putting out. They care about the bottom line. And that's why this franchise is so broken. Star Wars is broken because absolute greed came into it, destroyed the fan base, and now they're rushing around with basically a half-dead IP trying to figure out how to revitalize it. And you can't. You can't. I don't care what's going to become. I don't care about episode 9. And I'm not the only one who shares that sentiment. I will see it because I'm a completionist and I started and I have to finish, so I'll watch it. But I don't care. People don't care about the new Star Wars episode. They don't care. Thank you. So the whole point is, Frank, clearly you didn't make this Star Wars for us. And you know what? We don't want this new product you made. We don't care about it. So Frank, you and the pompous Rian Johnson and the egotistical Kathleen Kennedy can please get on the new Titanic being built and run that boat right into an iceberg. Because no one wants your creations. And oh my goodness, if Rian Johnson gets a trilogy, who saw Last Jedi and decided this man was good to get his own trilogy? Oh yeah, he just broke the Star Wars universe. Thank you. Hashtag episode 9, John Wick returns. That's what we're gonna do. Hashtag that. Maybe if we say John Wick's in the movie, they're gonna get a good box office. They're gonna say the last John Wick movie is gonna be episode 9. But it's like, I don't know how you're gonna fix it. I just don't know. I don't know how you're gonna fix it. It's broken. Thank you. Hashtag that. Tremaine had a great hashtag. John Wick returns, meaning that it's gonna be episode 9. It's gonna prop up episode 9. It's gonna be episode 9. John Wick returns. That's the name of this new movie. They actually signed Keanu, and he's gonna single-handedly save this trilogy. JJ was throwing us off with time travel. He really is going full John Wick. He's gonna blend the two storylines, and I'll accept it. I will accept it. If they do that, I will see it multiple times, just because. Okay, but that would be the only way you're gonna get me to see this film multiple times. Oh, so ridiculous. Vader feared only one man, John Wick. I love it. Okay, so my next point, because I went way off topic, but I get passionate about these things. My next topic that I wanted to talk to, and these short ones are just going to be for you guys to answer. Actually, Tremaine, this one's for you, buddy. I'm actually checking the time because I'm going to see This Is Us at 10. So, or yeah, that's what it's called, right? This Is Us, or Us. That new Jordan Peele movie. It's Us. I'm pretty sure it's Us. I'm going to see that at 10 o'clock, so. Thank you. So, yeah, I'm trying to make sure that I make that because I'm really looking forward to that. Jordan Peele is great. Now, I'm going to take the unpopular road. I did not really enjoy the end of Get Out. I had my own issues. And my issue that I had was, it fell flat somewhere for me. I don't know where. It fell kind of short. It was like epic, 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 and then all right. I did like the TSA guy though. Hilarious. Like the whole concept, the satire. Jordan Peele is a good director. His colors and the way he blends actual socially relevant things into his film, I respect that. And I gotta say, this looks like really intriguing. So, sidebar, but that's what you get on the channel. Sometimes I go into a random tangent. Anyways, so here's my end talking points that I want to kind of get through. DC versus Marvel. Who will win? Well, there's two problems. One, DC, little bit woke. Marvel, going fully woke. None of us win. None of us win. If this trend continues, no one really wins. Okay? Because if DC destroys their track record, then it's not going to be good. And if Marvel goes full woke, we don't win either. So the bigger question is, what Marvel versus DC? Who do I think wins that fight? Honestly, the people with the better films. The people that keep me entertained. But really, the consumer should win. So, that's how I feel about that. I don't know. I feel like maybe no one wins that fight. And I want you guys to actually leave me comments on this. These points, I want you to leave comments below and let me know what you think. Who versus? Who do you like better? Marvel or DC? When I'm going through these points, please, in the comments below, leave me back feedback on who you think will win this war, okay? DC or Marvel? I'm going to see, yep, definitely going to go see Shazam. I got my, hey. All right, that's a dance special for everyone who's watching this stream. I don't know how special that was. Probably going to lose a few subs after they see it. But that's what I do here on my channel. I'm just myself. So, okay, so DC versus Marvel. Leave in the comments. Tell me which one that you like the most. Yeah. I bounce between the two of them. I love Captain America. I love Superman. So, it's really a crapshoot. But as of this time, I might be going more DC. We'll see where Marvel's going after Endgame. I might be jumping on the DC train now. I like characters in Batman, never kind of brought into the whole Batman thing. I understand his character, and I liked how he was developed. Just something about him I never really clicked with, so. My next one, Star Wars. I want you guys to tell me about how you feel about Star Wars. What you feel... I'm sorry about that. I am a fan of the Joker, though. I'm a huge Joker fan. And I love the foil that he brings to Batman. Now, don't get me wrong. Batman is a great, well-written, well-developed character. I knew you'd appreciate that. And I love the dynamic between him and, Joker and Batman. I like their development together, and I like how they kind of play off of each other. So now, for everyone who joins or everyone who sees this later, first off, I want you to tell me, what do you think of the state of Star Wars? Who do you want to win, DC or Marvel? What is your feelings about the entertainment industry? Tell me where you think the entertainment industry is going to go from here. Where do you see entertainment in the next 10 or 20 years? Do you see movie theaters even being a thing? Yes, I did see that poll. Joker was one of the highest rated villains of all time. I did. I want to say that Wizard comics or Wizard that used to cover comic books, they did the top 10 thing too. Joker won in that too. He wasn't number one, but I want to say he was pretty close. He was pretty high up there. So they did top 10 DC and top 10 Marvel villains of all time. So yeah, I think Star Wars might get better. It might not. Who knows? Yeah, yeah, I am still on. Hello, Life with Stephanie. How are you? Yeah, I was actually getting to a couple of my talking points here. I wanted to say that I'm going over. I went over Lucasfilms, and I went over Marvel, and I went over the blend of bad mojo we've been getting between the two of them, and how each of my topics blended together with fan bases. And I gave Star Wars fan base a lot of props because you guys had a pretty loud voice. I don't know what to say. Oh, no problem, and thank you. I appreciate the support. Look, I started this. I started Let's Talk because I wanted to have a personal. Um, I wanted to have a personal connection with you guys, the fans. That's how I feel about this. So, Geek, you're awesome. And oh, by the way, for anyone who's on, I just want you to know I plan on doing more of these live streams, and I plan on having maybe different people as soon as I figure out the technology of calling the people and setting it up all professional like everyone else does. So if you have any tips and tricks, please feel free to leave me in the comments below. Just so I know how to become more of an expert. So yeah, my movie is gonna be. And Tremaine, you bring up an excellent point. So Force Awakens was good. It wasn't great. It was good. It wasn't broken. And I could actually identify that. Yeah, so am I. Um, I still have no clue how that works. I think Kylo Ren suffered from Ryan Johnson's poor writing. Once again, Ryan Johnson infects everything that could have been good and destroyed it. That man is the definition of a Sith. Like, ugh, that was Palpatine, and he destroyed Star Wars. He single-handedly killed the Jedi's. Okay, his poor writing broke the universe. So just imagine that. One person with the ability to destroy a whole entire franchise. Just like Brie Larson with marketing. One person with the ability to say so many stupid things at once. So true. So true. But yeah, so let's see. We talked about Marvel versus DC, Star Wars, entertainment. So I wanted to kind of do a little bit about entertainment. I did a rant yesterday, and I wanted to get everyone's take on this. And please leave me some more in the comments below and let me know what you think. But entertainment. When I was a kid growing up, the theaters were packed. Okay, on a Friday, Saturday night, it was booming. Everybody wanted to meet up at the theaters. Nowadays, at least the place I work, not as many people. Even the bigger theaters are having less of a crowd. So when this scandal went around with Captain Marvel not having as many seats, I gotta say, I work at the theater. It's possible. It's not a scam in a sense. Now, am I saying that Disney couldn't buy seats? They could. Companies can reserve seats. It's a thing. But did they? I don't think so. Um, that is a Friday or a Saturday night. Sometimes people buy tons of tickets and then never go to a show. So I really didn't buy into that conspiracy point. But now, on the other end of that, here's the problem with the entertainment industry. Jordan Peele, why I want to see Us is because it's kind of new. It's kind of fresh. It's a concept I haven't heard of before. When I saw that trailer, I thought to myself, wow, this looks new. You know what? Geek in Disguise, you gave me a great idea. And FYI, I'm going to do this again probably next Thursday. And I'm going to see if I can have a special guest star who probably knows who they are. But I'm going to have them here on the channel. And we're going to talk. And we're going to talk for you guys. Because I've had enough people actually sticking in and coming in and out and showing me love. So I think I'm definitely going to do and make this an every Thursday series. Which I wasn't planning on it. Honestly, I didn't even know what today was. I thought today was Wednesday. And I was on a Wednesday live stream. And I thought it was Wednesday. So Max said, Kylo, emo. Captain Marvel is going to get her. Yes. Yes. Thank you, Tremaine. Thank you. I hope so. Will it happen? Probably not. My dreams died when that movie got made, but, you know, I'm still going to see Endgame. I'm in it for the long haul. I'm still going to see Far From Home, and then I'm probably done after that. So, just like Kevin, we need to talk. Good job. Oh, I love that. So, we were talking Star Wars, and now I'm on to entertainment. Entertainment, I wanted to share something with you guys and go off on a little side thing. The movies used to be a special experience, and I believe now it's more important than ever that they stop messing up these things that we have. Because here's the thing, the box office is suffering. It's suffering. I work at a theater. I've seen it. The theaters aren't as packed as they used to be. People are losing that spark that they had, that great feeling that they had from going to the movies. And I don't understand why people are going to sit here and, you know, why people are going to sit here and come out and make excuses for these movies, and they're killing the industry. People are tired of reboots. They're tired of remakes. They're even tired of Marvel movies. They're tired of uninteresting, uninspired things. The cinema is going to die because there's nothing original coming out. We need more people like the Guillermo del Toros and the Jordan Peels and all the people who have original content. And these guys are getting rid of them, are just pushing them back for this agenda-driven narrative that they think we want. And you know what? Stuff rolls downhill. If Hollywood keeps on pushing this out, the little man is going to suffer. You have Hollywood here, Mount Olympus, right? Movie theaters right here. And then distribution, blah, 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 going down, right? So, you have this guy putting out garbage, which comes to here. And they distribute the garbage, which goes to here. And then eventually you get to the theater. Now, ticket sales don't give us money, okay? We get like 5% or something astronomically crazy, stupid low, okay? The ticket sales go to the company that is giving us the movie to show. So, we get concessions. We have to charge like $5 for a bag of Twizzlers. Thank you. So the question is, why in the world does Hollywood want to continue making people mad and they're losing money? If the theaters shut down, if things stop going this way, Hollywood would suffer. They would. People do Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, right? Why are they doing that? We're living in a I want it now society. It's like Mickey D's, right? Thank you, man. I appreciate it. This society is very Mickey D's, right? They want it now. They want to consume it now. So, when you put out inferior, crappy product and you expect us to go to a fancy restaurant and buy your steak, but your steak isn't worth the $100,000 that I paid to get there, I'm not going to go back to your restaurant. And this is why they did not like Netflix movies. Shellback, you have a valid point there. You have a valid point. But still, it doesn't take away the fact that things are becoming very instantaneous. You know? Things are becoming instantaneous. And the problem with this notion is that it's going to hurt the other little people, the people who work at the theaters that care about their jobs. That's going to hurt them. Hollywood is still going to be Hollywood, and eventually they'll get on board with everything. When things go down showing movies, they'll cut that and they'll go to streaming. And eventually big blockbusters will probably be streamed. I mean, that's why Bird Box made so many people upset. You're welcome. You're welcome, Tremaine. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. Peace out, dude. So, there are so many people who are mad with Bird Box, and I thought it was an okay film. I didn't particularly like it. But so many people were mad at it because Hollywood saw something that scared them. Sandra Bullock was in it. Sarah Paulson. John Malkovich. These are all accomplished actors in a Netflix movie, and it was good, and people liked it. That is a scary concept, because if things go streaming route, they lose revenue. And I think, honestly, this is just my prediction, like the telephone booth. I don't think movies have the staying power. I hate to say it. I love the movie theater. I love it. I've loved it since I was a kid. I love the experience you get when you walk through and you order some popcorn. I love it. I love it to this day. I'm going to go there now and watch Us because I love going to the movies so much. I'm so passionate about films. But the sad truth is, Hollywood is killing themselves and they don't even know it. And we are suffering through it. So, they need to get their act together. And we need to speak with our wallets. Even if it's going to hurt in the long term, maybe we can stop the path of idiocy. Cut it off by speaking with our money. Yes. Yeah. Yes. It was also a short story. Didn't really care for it. But here's my whole thing. Entertainment as a whole is going to suffer. And I really think that Hollywood needs to become more creative. So basically, this has been my chant. Thank you for joining me. And I really appreciate it. I appreciate Geek in Disguise. I appreciate everyone who jumped in. There were a lot of random people. Stephanie, thank you for coming on to my channel. I appreciate it. Thank you. Shellback, you're awesome. I really enjoyed talking with you on the panel. And and I really appreciate everyone who said that my stuff is good. You know, I won't be here without you guys, so I will never do what Hollywood does. I will not forget where I come from. Whether it's 100 or 1,000 subs from now, I will still value and cherish every single sub that I get, because you got to remember the journey and you got to remember where you come from to appreciate what you have. And if you don't, then that's really tragic. That is sad. Because for me, like a movie, it is all about the character's journey. That is what makes compelling writing. That's what makes a story good. And I want my story to be good. And I like to think that all of you guys are now a part of my story. You're a part of my journey. You're a part of my hero's arc. And I appreciate and love every single person that is subscribed onto this channel. I really do. Without you guys, I wouldn't be nothing. And hopefully, we can get Hollywood to understand that. This community, thank you. This community, without each other, we wouldn't be, further up. I wouldn't know certain people, just like certain people wouldn't know me. We interconnect, we mingle, we network. That's what it's about. I agree. But I just wanted to say thank you very much. Thank you to all of you. And if you liked this video, please smash that like button. Tell everyone about my channel. Tell them Let's Talk is going to be the brand new show. I did have some, 4 or 5 people jumping in and out of here, so I think I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna grow this. So this was episode 1. Thank you very much, and I appreciate all of you fans. And as always, your boy's gonna say your tagline because this is my outro, and me and my new homeboy, my buddy, my man, Mr. Goose the Cat. Thank you. As always, me, Goose the Cat, will see you at the movies where I'm going to go right now to see Us, to bring you a review, one more before the night ends. Peace out, y'all, and I love every one of you. Have a